Hey guys, Bic Mitchum here, and we're coming at you again with another podcast. Today we've got Knappen with us, or for the North American viewers, maybe you pronounce it Nappen. How are you
Yeah,
doing today?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Awesome, it's great to have you on here, and I've always been a little bit curious as to how you fit into the community. So it's really interesting to have you on today to kind of learn a little bit about you.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start with just kind of where your interest in Star Wars began.
So it everything started with my dad showing me episode 4, A New Hope, and then I watched episode 5 and 6 the day after, I think. And that's basically how my interest began. Because when I saw all those aliens in the cantina, it interested me so much. Like this, it felt all real to me. So yeah, it started with the movies.
Right. So, when you were that age that you watched A New Hope, which of the
Yeah.
prequel films were already out?
Yeah, I think uh, Revenge of the Sith released the same year.
Okay.
So it's how old were I'm 16 now, so oh yeah, maybe I yeah 6 or something. I don't know.
Okay. No, it's interesting because some people now are watching the prequels first, and I
Yeah,
find that to be very interesting to just kind of like hear the difference of opinion than people that watch the original trilogy first because it's becoming more and more common that people are watching the prequel films.
yeah. I like the way that I my dad showed me the correct order, like the release order, because it then you get to know the the, the original trilogy story, and then you see what happened to Vader and everything. So it felt more, yeah, it felt more special to know what happened to him.
For sure. Did you start playing Star Wars Battlefront as a Star Wars game, or were you just looking for like a good first person or third person shooter?
I I actually don't remember, but I saw Battlefront 2 in like a normal shop, and then I was like, "Oh, that's Star Wars! I gotta get that." And then I actually didn't know much about the game, but I heard it was a shooter, and I loved to play shooters like on my past, yeah, PlayStation 3. I played a lot of like cartoony shooters on that.
Okay,
So yeah, I basically got it because it was a shooter and a Star Wars game.
nice. So, where did the name Knappen come from, and like, kind of, how did you build your channel, and how did your role in the community start?
So the name Knappen actually comes from my last name, or whatever you call it. After name, last name,
Yep.
can yeah. And I actually stole it from my brother that used it as his gamer tag, but he stopped playing games. So I took over his account and switched all of my accounts to Knappen really. And how I got a part of the community, everything started with me creating or searching for Battlefront news because I saw the reveal teaser for Battlefront 2015, and then I searched for news updates for that, and then I found Battlefront update channel, and then I saw he created a or he had a Twitter, and so I created my Twitter, and then I basically commented a lot of on his videos, liking them, sharing them on uh, Twitter, and just retweeting his stuff. So everything started with me just liking his uh, content, really. So
Okay. And you've taken on a moderator role on a larger channel, have you not? Is that correct?
yeah, I'm a moderator on Battlefront Update, Star Wars HQ, but they moved to Facebook now, so yeah. And I'm a moderator on some other channels like Flackfire Gaming. He's a Battlefield one, but yeah.
Okay. So how did that kind of, those are some pretty large channels, so is it just from being active and just being in the chat a lot that they recognized you and kind of gave you that role?
Yeah. Everything started with uh, Elliot, Battlefront Updates, like I said. Uh, he trusted me because I commented a lot on his videos, sharing them, talking to him on Twitter, and just being active on his channel and being a part of his community. So then I got moderator on his channel, and then I started spreading out on Twitter and like following people like Flackfire and other people, and then they recognized me because they called me Danny on PC version 2.0. And if you know who's Danny, you know he's a big spammer.
No, I'm
So
not
yeah.
I'm not familiar with the name, but I did see a photo on social media that you did visit Dice. Can you share anything about that experience with us?
Yeah, I asked the Western Viking on Twitter, Paul Castlin, uh, if there was any way to book a tour at DICE, and then he said he could take me personally, and then we got a date up for that, and I went to Stockholm uh, for a tour, and when I got there, everything looks better in person. So, and I got to ask Paul, CJ, and Guillaume, the hero designer, uh, some questions about uh, games and how it was to work with Battlefront.
Nice. That's awesome. Did
Yeah.
you? Is there anything you can share about that tour, or is it all pretty? It's pretty private.
I it's pretty private, but yeah,
But just maybe
I
talk about your emotion, I guess, of how you felt about it. Like it must have been very exciting.
yeah, it was really exciting to get the chance to talk to devs that I look up to every day, and that they even follow me on Twitter now. So it's a big thing for me, especially when I want to work with games in the future, and they always give me tips and uh, tricks. So it was really exciting to talk with them and meet them and in person for once.
Nice. Let's talk a little bit about Battlefront. I'm pretty excited to talk about it. So one of the things I kind of noted recently is how the communications really has really improved. So what's your take on how Dice has evolved since the Night on Endor event? Like it seems like there's a new community manager and things are really like the communication's really up there. So what kind of things have you been noticing since that event took place?
I've been noticing that even the EA Star Wars accounts have been more active, and that's really good to see. And the community manager is more active everywhere. That's good. And and I've seen more devs being active also, but I love that Ben gives us updates like every time something happens with the game. The only thing that needs to improve now is that everything Ben does on his personal account should move to like a EA Star Wars account or a EA Star Wars support account. So to give
Just
official news.
right. No, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
I've noticed that it must be like I don't follow too many communities, but I find that this community is unique and that there's a lot of people reach out via Twitter to like say Dennis
Yeah.
or other developers, and it's kind of almost like they're expecting that if someone reaches out to them on Twitter that they're gonna do exactly what they say. It kind of seems like, I don't know. It's unique in that there's that like relationship on Twitter. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, it's really hard to explain, but I think Battlefield and Battlefront are like the community is so active on Twitter compared to other games. Like most games are probably most active on Reddit and such, but the Battlefront community is more active on Twitter, I think. And I haven't seen other communities like the Battlefront community either. Good and bad.
No, I haven't. Yeah, I haven't seen. It's strange to think that you can just go into Twitter, type in a comment, and then tag Dennis, and then
Yeah.
and he'll most likely read it, but like even some people are like expecting him to respond when he probably gets hundreds of tweets a day.
The thing is, like, the devs, I know that they try to read everything and try to respond as much as possible to the people tweeting to them. But, like, today it's Guillaume's birthday, and I tweeted a few days ago, like, the balance wasn't that good, and Guillaume said that he saw in my tweet and he will take it, remember it to a future patch. So like,
Nice.
they read everything and take up on the feedback that they get. So
Well, they want the game to work out, so.
yeah.
So a huge improvement recently. So I wanted to talk about the solo season. And before we talk about the solo season, I was curious to know if you thought that solo kind of got if solo even had a chance at the box office. Like I know the numbers fell way short of expectations, but do you think that's kind of because of The Last Jedi, or like what kind of reasons behind that? I noticed they didn't really advertise a lot of like solo.
Yeah, the marketing was so bad for solo. Like I only got ads when the movie hit theaters, so. And I also think that The Last Jedi might have done something to solo to get less views because people are just tired with Disney, or some are. But I'm actually happy what they have done and achieved so far. But I think May is a bad date for Star Wars movies also. Like May is so crowded with other movies, and December is the best place to put a Star Wars movie these days.
Did Deadpool 2 came out not the same week,
Yeah.
but the week before, I think.
Yeah.
But I thought that the movie was good. I thought like I enjoyed the film more than I enjoyed The Last Jedi. I didn't hate The Last Jedi, but I wouldn't say it was my favorite. That's for sure.
Like I think the problem with The Last Jedi is the humor and the bad scenes. The bad scenes take the movie down so far on my list, but it also got some of the best Star Wars scenes we ever got, like the Rey and Kylo fighting scenes. So that's just magic.
No, that's one of my favorite scenes for sure. So you're right. There's definitely some really good, really bad. So, what was I gonna say here? So, what were your thoughts on how season 2 is executed? Did you like that there was 2 installments, or what's the good and bad with the solo season?
I think the good one is actually the content we got, especially after like I didn't expect much, and we didn't get so much, but we knew that they would need to release some good skins because they need money, and I didn't really like the 2-part thing. because I don't. I like to get the content like in one part and to get it to play it before the movie instead of after. Uh, and I'm a bit disappointed in the skins we got also. Like they are pretty similar, and the the Han Solo voice is alright, but the Lando voice is so bad. I was prepared to put my credits on one of the legendary Lando ones, but no, I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah, the that voice was very far off. I agree. That was something I was going to I was definitely going to ask about because the in the price in real money is it's I can buy the game here for 40 Canadian dollars and those skins are 26 Canadian dollars. So more than half the price of the game for one skin. It's I don't know. I feel like the price is a little high. And I get it. It's a legendary skin. It's got new voices. But what? It's just. Well, yeah. It but it's so much money. It's like instead of buying two skins, I could buy the whole game. Like it seems a little high to me.
You can like when the game is on sale, you can get it for like maybe $15 or something, and yeah, some skins should be like more common, like they should move down the skins a bit on the list because yeah, some of them are not worth being epic and rare and so yeah.
What about Bandaged Chewie?
it that's actually fine now being a common, but I think it was released at the wrong time, or they should have released more skins. Like I'm waiting for the Force Awakens Han Solo. Oh. Just getting the Force Awakens Solo would be so good.
So
running around.
Back to the content being released in two parts. I would have been okay with that if I knew what part 2 was. Does that make sense? Yeah. Because I feel like if it was going to come out in June, the only reason they would hold back, or they should hold back in my opinion, is if they didn't have permission from Disney to release information about the movie. Like, I wonder if that played a role, because the Last Jedi content came out before the movie, but then the Solo content came out. We got part of the season before, which had nothing to do with Solo.
Yeah, but I think it always plays a part with Disney, and like questions with that. And I think it could have been like a small spoiler that they got cargo out of Castle, I think. Or what's the planet called again?
Castle, yeah.
Yeah. Like, that could have been a small spoiler. So, yeah, that's probably why they hold back the news, and they probably didn't have a complete list on what would be in the second part.
Right. I think the Kessel map plays really well.
Yeah.
I really enjoy extraction on Kessel for sure.
You need some balancing on the first part. You can get spawn killed a bit, I've noticed, because if the teams are unbalanced, that happens easily. But like the gameplay on Castle was really good, and there's so many Easter eggs also I've noticed. Like if I go and see Solo again, I think I would notice even more Easter eggs on the map.
Yeah, that's a good point. I saw it the day it came out Solo, so if I saw it again, you're right. There'd be a lot more that you'd see that you recognize from the movie. How do you feel about the fact that there's not heroes and instead we have reinforcements?
After seeing Solo, I'm happy there wasn't any hero, because in the movie there wasn't really a hero type of thing or a villain. I, I mean, they could have made a bird, girl, man uh, a villain, but and career a hero. But yeah, I don't think they would have fit into the Battlefront meta really.
So you don't think it would have been? What you don't think that? Or sorry, you think there could have been a balancing problem as well if there were heroes on in Extraction?
Yeah, I think a balance, that's a big thing. I think it's in Battlefront 2015 it was fine, but because you couldn't get any health back. But like for example, if you take Bosk into castle, uh, yeah, you won the round.
You just set up your mines everywhere.
Yeah,
I noticed. I thought the reinforcements should have been a little more expensive. I feel like if you use an officer, you can very quickly get a Wookiee warrior, and you can one shot a lot.
yeah.
I thought the Wookiee warriors were like felt a little overpowered in Extraction.
I haven't noticed that so much because I'm pretty good at staying away from Wookiees and killing them. But yeah, I think they should maybe increase the, the cost to use them, so there's less people using them each round. Like the jetpack troopers, those are fine, but like the Wookiee warriors and Death troopers, maybe they could bump it up with 100 battle points or something, or 1,000.
Yeah, I agree for sure. So we got the announcement of a Clone Wars season. What do you think we're gonna see in between now and then? Like, what kind of things would you want to see? I guess I should say.
I would want to see, like they announced the hero ship showdown thing that I really don't care about, but I would want to see a new map for Extraction, like maybe a small Zulus season kind of thing.
Okay.
Like you get the Zulus maps from Battlefront 2015 back or something like that. Because yeah, then you get the Celestial Head, and yeah, I think a lot of people like how Zulus is, so I would want Zulus content, and then probably more challengers, and maybe a 2x XP boost.
Something I'd love to see is like a blaster of the week, where they like just kind of have like each maybe like week or weekend they have like a blaster that you can unlock for, you know, like this week might be the E3. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Bring back some old blasters and kind of. I feel like that would make things fun to add, like, or even to kind of like mix up like we haven't really seen a lot of new abilities or anything like that. Like to even like maybe move the ranking up for each build by like 10 levels and add a new star card or two that you can unlock for each. I think that would add a lot to the game. It's grinding, but it rewards players as well. I kind of like that model, and I feel like the ranking system, like everyone's probably at rank 50 now, and they don't really remember what rewards you get for ranking up.
Yeah, I miss getting those challenges unlocked and getting them on screen again. But one thing I just thought about is the community challenges. Like for Battlefront 2015, you had a Leia challenge, if you remember that. You could, like, if the community played 5 million hours with Leia, you would get a skin for her. And I would want something like that back in the game because it brings the community together again.
Yeah, I like that idea. I think that'd be really smart.
Yeah.
Kind of still talking about the solo DLC. A lot of people really, it was, as time went on, it was more expected that our next DLC would be solo. But a lot of people like really hated the idea. Do you think now that it's released that it's not going to be, and we've got the news of Clone Wars coming, do you think that solo's actually going to be like looked at as being a good DLC?
It's hard to tell right now because it was the same with Battlefront 2015 with the Outer Rim DLC. Everyone hated it or hated the idea of it, but then when they got to play it, they loved it. But I haven't seen the same reaction this time around. Like, Extraction is a bit worse in Battlefront 2, I feel like. And yeah, there wasn't any new blasters, abilities, and heroes, so I think it will be a season that will be a bit meh.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I would like. I feel like they, now that we have some game mode options in the game, that it's kind of time to. I liked how, like, Outer Rim, you could do a rotation where the game mode switched each round. I feel like we're kind of getting to that point where it'd be nice to have, because I find to sit and play Galactic Assault for just playing straight rounds of Galactic Assault gets kind of stale once you get to some maps that you don't enjoy, because you have to play them twice especially. But I would like to see, play a round of Extraction and then hero versus villains. I think I would enjoy that.
Yeah, a playlist like that I would really enjoy, but the problem is that every type of game mode got different player counts, so
That's true. Yeah, that's I guess that'll do it.
yeah.
You can't play Galactic Assault and then play hero versus villains. That's true.
Because it would kick so many people out of the game. But
what do you think of the idea of unlocking heroes with credits?
I kind of like it because I think you should grind a little bit, but look, if it's more than 20k credits, then I'm not happy about it, because I know there's so many people that just want to hop into Battlefront 2 and play as Obi-Wan straight away and not grind like a few hours. So yeah, if the credit lock is too high or over like 20k credits, I'm might be disappointed in DICE.
What was your thoughts of the price of the Falcon?
Yeah, I haven't bought it, so it's a bit high, because I don't think I will even buy it because it's so similar to the other Falcons, and I never play Starfighter Assault.
No.
I only play it for the credits, really, or the challenges you get sometimes. But it's a good mode, but I don't like flying, so.
But even if they had something get, X number of kills, play all the Clone Wars maps, play, you know what I mean? Like some very simple challenges that you unlock them. I mean, like a couple. I don't think a couple hours of play is too much to ask for to unlock a hero, and we see it in other games too. And
Yeah.
in other games, it's incentive to, like, with Mario Kart, for instance, you get first in all the cups. You unlock the special cup, or you unlock the next cup. Like, it's kind of like it's rewarding, I guess. And I know when they
Yeah.
first put out the statement that we wanted players to accomplish something by unlocking credits or unlocking heroes with credits, like people were pretty like ticked off about that. But in other games, that's what they enjoy about the game.
Yeah. I just think there's something about Batman 2 not getting the same reward kind of feeling when unlocking stuff in the game. I don't know what it is, but I don't get the same feeling. So
No, I understand. I have a Nintendo Switch, and I'm going to use Mario Kart again, but the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe came with all the courses and all the DLC all unlocked, and I thought that was pretty. It was just racing at that point. Like there was no like incentive to beat every race, like there would normally be, and I felt somewhat let down from that, but like you said, in Battlefront, there's just something different about the way the game's set up that maybe it's just the way things have gone in the past that we've always just a new DLC comes out and they give us the hero. Maybe it's the past that's dictating the present and future.
yeah, I
Um,
think it's something about that. Yeah.
did you have anything else to add about that?
It's a hard topic.
It is. It's kind of hard to put into words as well. Like what, because I find as I'm even ranking up, like the excitement to rank up in Battlefront is different than in other games. Even if whether you have a reward or not, I found Battlefront 2 had less of a reward to rank up, and like I couldn't. When I think I'm at 50 now, but I couldn't tell you what rank I was going. Like they're like hitting that rank 30, 31, 32. There's no like, oh, now I'm gonna go see what weapon I can unlock or use. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas the first game, it was you get the jet pack or the jump pack or the Dioxys. I guess I don't even remember which ones. Like
Yeah.
so.
I think they gotta do something with the reward system so it feels more rewarding unlocking and getting stuff. Like, but then again, every people or every guy want something different when they level up, and that I think DICE gotta focus on like player engagement or whatever you call it, like how they gotta keep the players to keep playing, and like how to reward the players for keep playing the game, not just buying skins.
I thought the hot contracts were really good because you'd be forced to use, say, like a star card you wouldn't normally use, and to unlock a new star card. Like I thought that was pretty good. Like get 20
Yeah.
20 kills with the, I don't know, Dioxys grenade, and you can unlock something else. Like it's kind of right now. I've been using the same star cards for each class for months. And I've had no reason to change them. Whereas I found in the previous game, each map I would use different. The customization was different. I felt like you could use different players, different maps, different things. Different
Because then you
starters.
had like different hands for each situation. Like on half the first section, you maybe had a blaster that was good on medium range, and then you had some iron weapons to deal with some good damage at the start to the 880s, but then when you walked inside, you switched to more close quarter stuff like detonite charge and yeah, close quarter hand and weapons like the E4.
Exactly.
I think it's just different in this game.
I think we'll see in the next. I think that's to answer the question of what needs to happen in between. I think that's kind of what DICE and EA will need to figure out in the months leading up to Clone Wars is how to, because Clone Wars is going to bring in new players. So then their challenge between now and then is to find a system where they can keep those players. I think is the best.
Yeah.
Couple more things here. What does the Clone Wars season need to make sure that Battlefront 2 succeeds? I know we kind of talked about leading up to it, but what content, like they've announced some content, but what, I guess basically what could go wrong?
The thing is, yeah, it needs heroes that we already have announced, blasters, maps, and game modes and vehicles. I think that's the most important stuff, but then you need a lot of bug fixes, like the hero combat. Then you, like we talked about, we need something that keeps the players coming back to the game.
Yeah, I think the content that's coming is going to be satisfactory. The amount of content and what it is, I think it'll come down to that thing that keeps people playing, whatever it may be, and also the debugging and the like making sure that the heroes aren't, because all it's going to take is for one hero ability to be broken and then Twitter's going to explode. Everyone's going to, oh, I went to use Grievous and his ability doesn't work and this sucks. Screw this game. Like, that seems to be the common. And
I played Hero Showdown. I played it on Wednesday, I think. And then I was up against Kylo and Darth Maul. And he froze me, and I was frozen for like 10 seconds. And yeah, you can't do anything, and that's a bit of the stuff they gotta fix.
Yeah, I think I saw your post on Twitter about that.
Yeah.
But
They gotta fix abilities like that, and
it can't be easy to do that testing. Like, it can't be easy for sure. But some of the last patch that they did where Palpatine's abilities were messed up and Darth Maul's throw, like, it kind of, that's the kind of thing that's gonna get the community worked up if the Clone Wars comes out and there's things like that. But there's so much time leading up to then that even if, and I'm not trying to be an armchair developer, but if they had it done 6 weeks early and had, weeks of testing, then that would be ideal, I think.
But then again, a lot of time under the summer means a lot of, like, under the summer most devs take a week off or something, so it maybe looks like there's a lot of time to us, but for them it might be like there's maybe not enough time or whatever. But then again, they should be able to have great content without bugs and glitches, like the land of glitch. Oh my god. I don't know how that got through.
Which of the 4 heroes are you the most excited about?
Probably Obi-Wan and Grievous.
What?
I just love Obi-Wan, so Grievous too.
What kind of abilities do you think that they would have to kind of like differentiate? Because lightsaber heroes are sometimes tough to, like, if you add another one and another one and another one, it's kind of like lightsaber combat is kind of the same with each player. Like the abilities really have to be different, or else it'll just feel like another lightsaber hero.
Yeah. That's the thing with Darth Maul. He doesn't feel like the other lightsaber heroes.
No, that's
Uh,
very right.
just because he doesn't have that block, so you play him differently. So I think they gotta do more stuff like that. But then again, the abilities gotta be different in some way. And like Ray got a mind trick that you think Obi-Wan would have. So I don't know what they will make instead. They could have a different kind of mind trick, but yeah, they're gonna
The,
make small changes that makes each hero unique.
exactly. Um, that's everything I had for today. I think we covered everything on the list, and I appreciate you taking time out of your day to stop in and have a chat. And overall, I think the Battlefront 2 community like is going in the right direction. There's definitely no like since that Clone Wars announcement, I'm not seeing negativity on social media. I'm not seeing much, honestly, the last few days, but it's no news is usually good news when people aren't complaining. So like you said, the social media aspect is really unique with the Battlefront community, and I think moving forward now with the way that they're communicating and they're gonna set up a roadmap, I really think that that's gonna be a game changer.
Yeah. And then again, they can't just stop improving. They always gotta improve. So
No, for sure.
hopefully Ben does that and doesn't stop until he gets what he wants. Like I talked about the EA Star Wars account, that it should be more like the support count. If you've seen Blizzard and Fortnite, it should be more like those accounts. And because everyone follows those accounts but not Ben directly, so it reaches out to a lot of more people. So
That's a really good point. Thanks a lot for joining, Knappen, and we'll be in touch in the future.
yeah, thank you for having me.
No problem. It's really interesting to hear a little bit about yourself, because I just kind of see your name around and I see some of your videos, and it's good to know the roots and how everything started.
Yeah.
Thanks again.
Thank you.